there, my name's Claire and you're watching Stitch Hem Sew. Thank you so much for joining me today for another video. Now today's video is a Friday Sews video with a little bit of a festive feel, I guess, throughout the month of December. I'm not taking part in Vlogmas, as you've obviously realised, but you know, there's so many other people out there. I'm sure they are keeping you properly entertained, and full credit to those that are taking part in Vlogmas, because I genuinely don't know how they manage to fit it all in with working and home life and all those things, together with videoing and editing and also fitting in time for sewing. I don't know how they do it, so full credit to them. I haven't been around for a couple of weeks because just generally life has got a little bit busy and something had to give, and it was videoing. But I'm back today to tell you all about what I've been up to in terms of sewing and things, and talk a little bit about you know, what's been going on, etc. So I am posting under hashtag Friday Sews, but also hashtag Festive Friday Sews. So the lovely Rachel from the French teams came up with the idea of Festive Friday Sews for us vloggers, you know, bringing you the general feel of Friday Sews, but maybe with a potentially a little festive edge to it as well. So in terms of sort of festivities and things, the boys have had loads of things sort of going on at school, and their sort of activities that they do, lots of parties and things. They've had their Christmas fete at school. My youngest has had his nativity. We went to see that yesterday. Just so cute, gorgeous. And he's also doing it again today, but unfortunately we were only able to get tickets for one day, but hopefully that's all gone very well for him today as well. Just so cute. I'd love to be able to, you know, put some pictures in for you, but I can't, because obviously, you know, I can't show the other children, etc. But yeah, adorable, loved it, just gorgeous. We've put our tree up at home. The boys are really excited because obviously they've got their advent calendar. They have a lovely material advent calendar with pockets. It wasn't ones that I've actually made, but they are handmade ones. One of my lovely friends got them made by her mum when the boys were much younger, before I'd kind of come back to doing sewing. But they're gorgeous. We use them every year. The boys love them, and I pop chocolates and things in the pockets. So yeah, they're gorgeous. Trees up, wreaths on the door, all of those things. Happy days. So yeah, that's really, you know, it's lovely having it all festive-y inside. And I'm sure we will be doing a few more festive things over the next couple of weeks. So if I do go along to anything, I'll be sure to try and take some pictures and things so that I can show you. So what have I been making since I last saw you? I think the last time I spoke to you, I was part way through making an item for my UK brand ambassador role that I do in a tartan fabric. It's a polyviscose fabric. It has the quality, I would suggest, of a viscose twill. So it's kind of that heavier feel to a viscose, which makes it much more kind of cozy, etc. So I finished that off. Really pleased with how that's turned out. I'll pop a picture in of me wearing it. I've got a little Rosy Cheeks label in there that says handmade, which I thought was quite nice because it picks up the red, and also the gold kind of picks up the sort of yellowy tone in there. Yeah, really happy with that. The sleeves I had to cut in the other direction because I wasn't very good at my pattern placement, in terms of I'm normally quite good at sort of making sure I get the most out of the fabric and getting everything the right way around, but I don't know, that particular day I didn't cut it well, so I had to cut the sleeves in the other direction. But I don't think it matters. They've got like an elasticated cuff. I've kept that reasonably loose because it's nice to be able to push it up, but I don't want it to feel tight or anything. I love this square neckline. I think that's really lovely. It's really kind of it's not unusual as such, but you don't see a square neckline quite so often, do you? So yeah, really pleased with how that's turned out. As I say, the fabric's from UK Fabrics online, and I do have a discount code for UK fabrics online that you can use against this fabric or any other fabric on their website. Obviously it doesn't give you money off postage, and the usual disclaimers for these things that it can't be used in conjunction with any other offer, etc. And that is stitchhemsewVQC. I'm going to pop it along the screen. I'll put it in the description notes should you wish to take advantage of that. They have, their fabrics are very reasonably priced generally, I would suggest, and they also kind of really specialise in waterproof fabrics, be that for kind of clothing or for other outdoor type things that you might need waterproof fabric for, but they do have a good range of other types of fabric too. So that was a make that I finished off. Another thing that I have made, and apologies, this is a little bit creased because I have worn it and not washed it since. I mean, it's not dirty, but I've worn it for a few hours, so it's a little bit crumpled. Now, this is the Jennifer Lauren handmade, no, it's not the Jennifer Lauren at all. It is the Nina Lee Camden skirt, and I've made it in this lovely corduroy fabric. It's in like a Bordeaux red kind of colour from Lush Cloth. I bought it when the lovely Oyen was doing a fab discount. I think she had like 30 or 35% off her fabrics, which was amazing. And I've lined the pockets in this lovely cotton lawn fabric. That red is obviously quite different, but you can't see it, it's only kind of me there. I've also done a bias bound edge, which is what I did on my last skirt. So I've cut the length of the pattern, I think, to what is kind of the pinafore length, so the longer length, and then so that I've got the longest kind of amount on it, I have done a bias band. I did a bias band hem on the last one because I didn't have enough fabric to kind of make that skirt any longer. Well, this time I did have enough fabric if I wanted to make it longer, but I actually really liked this bias bound finish, so I've done exactly the same on this one. I just think it looks really neat and tidy. It is a pattern where you can put a lining in. Both patterns I've decided not to, and I really think that having that bias bound edge helps to prevent it sort of sticking to tights and things, because there is that sort of smooth lining. So actually it's worked out quite well in all levels. I got a bit of sellotape on there. That must mean I must have been doing some wrapping or something. And I've put an invisible zip in. That's gone pretty well. It's pretty much invisible. I only had a brown zip. I don't know why I had a brown invisible zip, but I didn't have anything else that would work well. But I think that looks okay with it, actually. I don't think it's particularly obvious that it's not the same colour tab. I don't think anyone's going to pull me up on that. So yeah, really chuffed with that. As I say, I will have already popped some pictures in of me wearing that. So I'm going to wear those two items together for I've got a Christmas lunch at work tomorrow, which is the day this video will come out, and so I'm going to wear those two items together, I think, at least. That's my plan so far. Now I'm also going to tell you about the item I'm wearing. I'm actually filming in my pajamas. I don't think I've ever done that, but it's one of the items that I have made, and so I thought I would show it. Now, this is the Imogen pyjama set PJs from Sew Over It. It's a brand new pattern. It's launched today, so the day that this comes out, it will be its second day in the wild, if you like. And I was a few weeks ago, they put out a call for new pattern insiders. Now, pattern insiders aren't people that test the patterns. That bit's already been done before. They are people that kind of get the pattern ahead of time, and so that when it launches, there's different varieties of fabric and body shape of people sort of posting to give people ideas of what the pattern looks like on not just one or two people, which is, I think, is a great idea. And I, along with various other people, have been selected to be a pattern insider for Sew Over It, which is just so exciting. And the first sort of pattern that they've put out since then is this Imogen pyjama set. Now, I have made version 2, but there is also a different version with a placket. Now, I'm going to see if I can find a line drawing. So, version 1 has got this placket down. It's also more of a fitted top. And version 2 is slightly more of a kind of a boxy fit and doesn't have the placket. Obviously you can mix and match as you want to, and version 2 also gives the option of doing sort of this different coloured yoke, etc. So I'm going to pop some pictures in of me. What I have done is I have done the same colour fabric for the yoke, the cuffs on the trousers, and also the waistband on the trousers. I've chosen to go with short sleeves for two reasons. The first being I didn't have enough fabric, but actually when I thought about it more, all of the pyjama sets that I have made for myself since sewing, I've done short sleeves, because actually I find with a long trouser rather than shorts and a long sleeve top, I get too hot. This way I can put my arms out the covers if I'm too hot, arms in the covers if I'm need to be snugly warmer, and it works well for me. So yeah, I've gone with the short sleeve. I added a little bit of length onto the sleeve because I don't like really short sleeve, particularly on a pyjama. I just want to be comfortable. And I've added 2 inches to the leg length because I'm quite tall and I didn't want them to come up short. I'm really pleased with how these have come out. It's got version 2 has got quite almost an A-line shape to the top. So if you are somebody that has a larger waist and hips to your bust, you will find you probably won't need to grade out, which I certainly didn't need to. So I've done a straight size 18 on the top half, and I went for a 22 on the bottoms, which I didn't need to do. I could have easily got away with a 20, but I really don't mind, because in pyjamas I do not want to feel restricted or uncomfortable in any way, shape or form. So I would always choose to size up than size down in a pyjama, because there's nothing worse, is there, than just feeling restricted in bed. So I'm really pleased with how these have turned out. I had this teal, you know it, teal again, fabric in my stash. It's just a cotton jersey, lycra cotton jersey, and so I bought this pink fabric, and again a cotton jersey. Actually, I picked this fabric up from Hobbycraft, and it's got these little cherries on, so I think that's really quite cute. And they sewed up super quick. Now I think version 1, from the people that I know that have sewn up version 1, is a little bit more involved with that placket detail and does take a little bit more time. Version 2, super simple, completely beginner friendly, and would highly recommend the pattern. So as I say, it's out for you to buy now if you want to. So that's another item that I've been making just over the last couple of days. Now I've also made, and I feel like there's something else that I've made during the time I've spoken to you, but as always I'm terrible, I never write these things down, so I can't remember. But I've been making some bottle holders, you know, wine bottle things, although this one's come out a little bit short. I must have got the measurements wrong. I used the lovely Debbie Shaw YouTube channel. She puts out, you know, various different tutorials for how to make various different things. So this is one of her tutorials. So this fabric here has got like is like a gardening theme, and I've got 2 members of my family who are really into gardening. So that was the thought pattern behind. Well, I started with this one, then realised it was a bit small. So I've moved on to this one, which actually is a little bit too big. And then I moved on to this one, you guessed it, which is just right. So I got there in the end, but I mean they're all usable, but I'll just have to use them in slightly different ways. I mean the slightly bigger one, there's no worries, I'll just use it to put a regular bottle in, but the slightly smaller one I'll have to find a different, slightly different way of using it than I had originally purposed it for. So those, I think, are everything that I have been making. Now, my plan over the next few weeks, well, before Christmas, is one of the things I want to sew up for other people for gifts are some face wipes. Now, I was just planning to do that kind of my own accord, but the lovely Sam from Sew Let's Sparkle with Sam has done a brilliant tutorial of the face wipes and a lovely little pouch to put them in. So I'm going to follow her tutorial largely for the little pouch thing and the dimensions of that. But when I was making those bottle holders, I've got a couple of quilting rulers that I use for, you know, kind of cutting out. I always use rotary cutters to cut things with, and so when I'm, you know, cutting out, you've got to measure a certain size bit of fabric. I always use those. Now I find that you know, when you're cutting out little corner details to do box bottoms and various things like that, the two rulers that I've got, so I've got one that I think is like 24 by 6.5 inches or something along those lines, and then one that's 12 by 6.5 inches. They're both can come across a little large at times, so I have treated myself to a couple of new rulers. Oh, they're both in packaging. God, they were in packaging together and then in packaging again. That's annoying. Anyway, I bought a 4.5 and a 5-inch little set, which will be really useful for using with those to make those face wipes. So that's one thing that I've bought. Another thing that came through the post. Now, I was so lucky to win a prize from the sewing challenge that was run by the lovely Shannon from the Sewing Warehouse back in October. And she hosted a sewing challenge called Long Sleeves 23. The idea is you sewed up something with long sleeves, perfect for that time of year as we were going into the autumn. And I was very lucky to win a £30 voucher from Sew Me Sunshine. And so, of course, I couldn't let the grass grow on that one. I had to jump on and make a purchase. So I have picked up, and you guessed it, some teal fabric. Now, as you can see, this makes this teal look almost like a forest green, but this fabric is quite a bright, almost towards an emerald green, but that end of the teal spectrum, I would suggest, whereas this is more of the end of like a forest green spectrum. Anyway, I'm waffling. And so I bought, this is a French terry fabric with the idea of sewing up a nice lightweight sweatshirt of some sort, possibly using the toaster pattern, not sure whether version 1 or version 2, the toaster, which is a Sew House 7 pattern. But yeah, really like that. I think it's lovely and vibrant and will, you know, really kind of just a gorgeous colour. So that's one bit that I bought. And I also got a lovely piece, oh, I'm all getting caught up, of Liberty fabric. Now, this is I think they're Tana lawn fabric. I've literally picked up 1/2 metre of this, which I'm going to put away for the summer months, I think, to make a bag of some sort. Potentially the Adam Sews Luna crossbody bag. Or no, I don't know what the or is yet. But yeah, I thought it was beautiful, so pretty, and I think it will make a lovely bag of some sort. And also came through the post, now the lovely Paige Joanna did like has brought out some new labels. Now a few months ago she launched like a Kickstarter to kind of get the funding towards getting that set up, with the idea that you kind of almost, it was like a pre-order thing essentially, and you could either go for 1, 2, 3 or 4 different designs. So I went for the 2 design option. So the first one is a label that has got Me Made on, and It's got like a little sun design, so that's really cute, and obviously you can like fold that over. You've got a little sun on one side and me made on the other, which is lovely. And then the other one, sorry, Russell, should have got these out before. It's got like a wavy design on one side and then a little bee on the other that says Busy Bee, but I believe there's 4 different designs. So yeah, so that was another thing that had come in the post. So it's a nice little happy mail. In fact, the day that they came, this little package arrived and I thought, no clue, absolutely no clue what's in this. And I was having a bit of a naff day, and it was lovely to receive sort of an unexpected gift to myself, which was lovely. And now on to what I am planning to sew up over the next week or so. So the face wipes that I've already spoken about. I've got a couple of clothing items that I'd like to make for Christmas presents, for my boys, some pyjamas, a hoodie or jumper. I'm not quite sure whether I've got enough fabric for a hoodie, a jumper for my husband. I've also got some more fabric from UK Fabrics online for December's brand ambassador post. I haven't got the fabric on me right now because it's in the wash, but I'll pop an image in of the fabric that I've chosen. Now, I've pushed the boundaries. We're normally given like a theme for the month. So last month's was tartan. This month's one is red. Now, I've pushed it slightly because the fabric, although it has got red in, is quite largely blue. But I love the fabric, and I couldn't get away from the fact that this was the one that I wanted. So I messaged them and said, can I get away with it, please? And they very kindly said yes. So that's my plan with that, is to make a lovely snuggly hoodie. Now, shock horror, for a sewist, I have never ever made myself a Christmas jumper before. I know, can you believe it? Ridiculous. So this will be my first Christmas jumper. It's going to be a really super snuggly hoodie, and yeah, really looking forward to sewing that one up as well. So that's another thing that in the next couple of weeks I need to get sorted, and certainly obviously by the end of December, but hopefully in the next week or so I will get that one done too. I completed all my teacher gifts bar one, because one of them is an male, and so all my other gifts are slightly more female orientated, so I need to make one more gift for teacher gifts, and then I'm done with that. So that's another thing that I am looking forward to. Another thing that is happening next week is I'm going to a sewing social with the lovely the lovely Catherine from Sew to Makery has run its and so really looking forward to going to that, seeing Catherine and also all the lovely other people that attend. It's going to be really lovely. We are doing like a secret Santa thing where you just bring in a gift. You're not necessarily given a particular person, but obviously you know that all the people that love sewing, so presumably something sewing related in some way, shape or form. So yeah, super looking forward to that. That's going to be great fun. And obviously various sort of other Christmas things that are happening, Christmas works do, and other Christmassy things. So as I say, if I go anywhere I will take some photos or videos, probably photos, because I'm pretty rubbish at taking videos when I'm out and about, if I'm honest with you. So I don't want to over-egg the situation. So I think that about rounds it up from me today. All that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching all of my other previous videos as well. Thank you to everybody that takes the time to like and comment. And if you haven't subscribed, please do consider doing so, and do give this video a like today. I'm feeling that there is a lot of videos out there, and so it would really help in particular this time if you give my video a like, because it will help reach more people. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. yammering on to you today. I hope it hasn't been too waffly. So I will say goodbye. Take care. Happy sewing. Bye bye.